standing in reception at the Warrington Wolves, and a real ball of energy flew past me, wearing a beanie, and I'm like, who's that? To the girl on reception, and she said, that's Chaddy, the legend, the club legend. So I had to come and meet you, mate, and all the boys. I walked into the change room, and you're hugging all the boys. You're a real character of the club, loved by everyone here. Tell us a bit about your journey with the club and where you've come from and what you're doing now.
First of all, I'd just like to say I like that because it's the first time I've ever been interviewed by my eldest lad. I'd like to say that exclusively.
I've never met my dad.
Eldest lad.
I've never met my dad. Yeah, this could be actually true.
He's pretended he doesn't know me, so well done. That's what I want to say Dad. First and foremost. My journey started with rugby league back in the 1989-90 season. I said I was doing training with my own friends, amateurs, but marvellous people, hill running, circuits, etc. I said then I was approached by Brian Johnson, who was the then coach, God rest his soul. I said along with Les Davidson, Steve Roach, Phil Blake and Les Boyd.
Oh, Les Boyd like then?
Les Boyd, marvellous man, marvellous man.
Tough man.
Tough man, yes. You know, he had a few flaws, I put him right. He was drinking a lot. I had him on that orange with bits. He said, if I'd have had you, Chaddy, when I first started, he said I'd have gone a lot further than what I did. I said, it's all right, Les. Threw him round the ring a bit, but he said, it's all right. I said, you got 11 stone of prime cat, don't mess around. Yeah. Anyhow, the next thing is, they came, they said, we want to do some training with you. Apparently they liked what I did. They were going out to Milwaukee at the time. They wanted me to come with them because they know I'm very well in over there in America, and I could help them a lot. But I said, no, I need to stay here. And when I came back, they offered me a month's of work. See if you like us, we like you. And we both did. They like me, I like them. And I was there for 7.5 absolutely fantastic years with some of the best people I can say I've ever met in my life.
Chaddy, it's obviously amazing to meet you. Talk to us a little bit about like the club as it is now, because it's been a tough season, and they've been the nearly men at the grand final. Missed out a few times on the grand final in recent years, but do you think the club's in good hands and it's going in the right direction?
Club's in fantastic hands, and yes, it is going in the right direction. That's not because there's people around who are involved with the club, but what you've got to remember is this. This sport has all the elements of fitness, speed, stamina, strength, mental toughness, etc. They're not playing Mrs. Mops 11 every week. The people they play against have got equal abilities in all the elements of fitness. So what happens is, you give people an inch and they'll take a mile. The fitness levels are high, but you get injuries. If you're injured, you can't play. You can't play the week after an injury has settled down. You've got to work in again. This is a high-level, high-fitness sport. I said, and people should remember that.
You left in 97.
I did.
And you went off to London Welsh.
London Welsh with Clive Griffiths. Clive was the assistant coach with Warrington alongside Brian Johnson. When Clive left, he went down to a couple of clubs and he finished at London Welsh Rugby Union. When he found out that I was no longer a member of the workforce here, he asked me to come down there.
How was that journey?
Brilliant. Like all rugby league, rugby union, people are marvellous.
What's the difference between in the players, Union League? Were they not as fit? Were they as fit? Or were the difference in the condition?
When I got down there, but I was used to people in the Super League, and their attitude to training and fitness was absolutely superb. When I went down to London Welsh, some of the lads were not full time, so they had to work training in with the job, etc. So that element alone meant that the fitness wasn't as high as what it could be. So what you've got to do is you've got to try and get a mindset into those players that when you're away from the club, when you're away from training, this is how you can stay fitter. Diet, rest, etc. Don't be like the man in the street. No disrespect to the man in the street, but they're not playing at weekend, and you are. So as we know, there's 10,080 minutes in a week. You've got 80 minutes for game, so you've got 10,000 to mess it up. So what you've got to do is you've got to make sure that those 10,000 minutes you don't do anything which is not conducive to what you do on the park at the weekend or whenever you play.
I've got about 5,000 minutes that I'm messing up at the moment. Have you got any
you
advice
need to
for
see
me?
the likes of me and the staff here, and I'll tell you what, you look like Sutty's wand in a month.
I just want to look like Sutty's wand. I want to be. I've never been like Sutty's wand in my life. When I was 18.
Well, this is it, you see, because you've not had the right coaching and what have you. And these people here are marvellous.
Chaddy, in pre-season, we're going to actually at Rugby go to a few clubs, and I'm going to be put through a few pre-seasons with a few different teams to see what the players go through. Can I come and do some training with you pre-season to get me ready?
You can do some training with me. Now, you're going to have to get your head in. Sorry? I'll take you boxing, I'll take you doing whatever you want. Yeah, I'll training, fitness, I'll put you right. I'll tell you something, you'll never look back. You'll never look back. When I get you, I'll tell you what, you'll be Warrington's answer to that Brad Pitt.
The black Brad Pitt?
Your black Brad Pitt,
you'll
be there. And you'll have me there, we'll be on that red carpet.
I believe it already.
You'll never look as good. I'm telling you now, you come with me, you'll never look as good. Look at this. This is my eldest lad, as I said, and he's looking absolutely fantastic.
My dad's looking after me, sorting me out.
Can you see the difference if I took this beanie off? Here we are.
Twins.
Lad, Dad, marvellous.
Twins. Cheers, Chad.
Hey.
Great to have you on Rugby.
It's a pleasure.
We'll see you pre-season.
Absolutely love you. Come here.
I love my dad.
Love him. Love him.